What is going on, YouTube? Getting back in sync with those regular updates. This is our Road to 500 series. I think this is episode 3. You see me busting out some Smith machine squats at 365. Although keep in mind, the Smith machine, the bar is it's rigged. It's on that line, whatever. It's on a fixed portion, so it's not as heavy as a regular barbell. So when I'm doing Smith machine, I always subtract somewhere between like 20 to 35 pounds, just because it does have some weight to it, but not as much. Just because when I was younger, I used to always think I'd PR on the Smith machine. It used to be like the glory of machines for a couple months, and then I realized it's not as heavy as a barbell. But yeah, this is that Road to 500 series. We're doing things a little differently this time around. I got this week's legs workouts in this one video, or all of them so far. So we have Monday squat session, the highlights of it, right? Heavy high rep squats. We are in that hypertrophy phase, so I'm just training my body to get used to reps. The reason I'm on the Smith machine is because another gentleman was on the rack, and the YMC only has one rack. So really been considering lately finding a commercial gym in addition to the Y, just because I always liked the Y, but I just need more as time goes on. Moving on to some Bulgarian split squats. These are a nice leg isolation exercise. The thing that I'm really trying to focus on differently, that I did to some extent with the Road to 315 bench, is, well, I have different goals, and I'm not trying to attack all the goals at once. It's just piece by piece, goal by goal, right? And my first goal is to get bigger legs. So what gets you bigger legs is hypertrophy training, high rep training, training that produces a ton of tension in the muscle, good mind-muscle connection. What is the last one? Stretch. There's all these different characteristics, right, that we can kind of tack off. And as we knock off more and more, we kind of ensure that our probability of growing gets larger, and that's what we want, right? Here you see me doing some leg extensions. I have a complicated relationship with these for the longest time, and I'm trying to find more. This is my fault. Ignorance is no excuse, but I've just been doing leg extensions because I have not had a lot of quad isolation exercises, and you just do whatever works. So I feel like I'm pretty numb to that increasing weight, just increasing the weight and just hitting reps with my leg extensions. I don't feel like they make me that sore. And so a way that I've tried to switch it up is, while I'm going for high reps, I try to hit 30 reps almost every time, every set on the leg extensions. The only thing that feels like it actually creates a good enough burn for me, and I hit 30 reps. Sometimes I might do drop sets, sometimes I might do all at once, might change the weight, but I'm just trying to get a pump there, right? And we are doing some sissy squats on the barbell. So I think they were in the previous video I did, right? You're going to see me doing a lot of experimenting with these as I try to find like the right form for myself. I know Sam Sulek he kind of popularized these in recent years. He does them with a barbell, and the nice thing about that is it holds you in position, so you don't have to worry about balance. And it also allows you to load a little more than if you were just doing body weight. But at that same point, it makes you rigid. So I'm just doing a lot of experimenting. You see, I tried with the Smith bar, and now I'm going to try a body weight set. Just trying to do whatever produces the big enough stretch, right? I do the superset with my leg extensions at the end of my squat quad workout, because I'm just trying to end that workout with a big pump, swollen legs. Moving on to the second leg workout of the week. This is a second leg day, but unlike my previous ones, like I've been prioritizing quads or hamstrings one over the other each day, this is a leg day focused on the leg of the unit, right? I'm just training hypertrophy all around in the leg. Quads, hamstrings, adductors, calves to a little bit, but I don't take calf serious. Even glutes, right? Historically, I haven't really focused much on glute training, just because I don't really know of much It's not the prime mover in I'm not sure many exercises, any important ones, at least for me. It doesn't have much use outside of aesthetic, but I'm even just trying to train that just to have an all around more balanced legs, and again to make those legs stronger as a unit. So you see me doing my cable abduction here, and I do the adduction eventually. I've just come to grow and like these a little more over the machines, because for years, like, I did see progression, and I'm sure some of this is just the staleness of using the same exercise. Uh, but I feel like I can max out the hip abductor, adductor machine, and big stretch, all that good stuff. And I feel it during the exercise, but it doesn't really feel long term to have that much effect. I just find more benefit. I feel like my legs are stronger when I train my adductors with the cable. I'm not sure if it's that direct tension that's consistently pulling on the muscle, as opposed to just force pushing against it. I'm not sure if I explained that the right way, whatever. But I just prefer these. And at least in the first couple weeks of starting a program, I feel like that's one of the most important things, is to just enjoy it, right? Because you're going to change, and you may not like to change immediately, but you plan to switch programs for a reason. So in order to make that stick a little easier, right, just make it easy on yourself. Try to find things that are enjoyable. Quick note about these. What are these? What a quick note about these, whatever, and then we'll move on. I do realize I kind of need to work on standardizing that movement pattern. I have a top upper limit, but I need to work on that bottom stretch. So the first and the last rep looks the same, get the maximum stretch. We're going to move to hack squats real fast. I hate this machine because, as you see, the back angle is super weird, and it makes the stretch feel weird at the bottom. So I hate it, but it is a squat patterned assistance work, and so I do what I have to when I come to this gym. But the reason I'm or in my head, I'm banging out these reps, at least with these heavier exercises, like the hip thrust and the hack squat, I'm banging out quick, fast reps. When I was talking earlier about chasing hypertrophy, I'm in these exercises, when I'm moving like this, my goal is trying to induce that feeling like in the muscle, like when you get a lot of lactic acid and it burns a crap ton. That's what I'm kind of chasing with those exercises. I like structured machines to kind of chase that feeling, because it's a lot harder to get hurt, in my opinion, in a machine than with a free weight. So go wild, kind of chase the burn, get all the lactic acid in the muscle that you can. These are, or typically are, byproducts of growth. And so it stands to reason they're good things, and we want to trigger them. I'm doing some calf raises here. Not gonna lie, guys, I don't really care too much about calves. I think I said this in the previous video. No offense to anybody out there. I'm not a bodybuilder, so they just kind of seem irrelevant. I do train them, like sometimes during the squat when I'm standing, fully extended, try to stand on my tippy toes, lift my heels. So I will work them, or in the leg press, I'll kick or lift my heels off the pad, whatever, or even lift my toes in reverse by moving my feet to a different angle. But I don't feel like they're that effective, and so they really don't have much importance in my program. I do them as a rest exercise, kind of when I'm out of breath and I want to go to the next exercise but can't. So I just do calf raises, kind of some easy leg day training to squeeze in between sets when you're trying to breathe. Moving on to finish up this leg day, we just have some good mornings. These are a nice alternative to RDLs. While I feel like very similar movement patterns, they work the same muscles. They work the same muscles in a different way. With the RDLs, the weight is in front of you. Use your forearms. Your grip is the limiting factor, and so you're not going to be able to lift as much as your hamstrings can handle when you look at the size of the grip muscles compared to the hamstring muscles, right? Hamstrings are huge, a lot stronger. But in this way, the weight is loaded on your back. You're challenging your lower back, and I feel like it's a nice variation. Another slight goal, not really important, but still important. I'm very curious to figure out what is the limiting factor in my squats. I have a theory. I think it's my back, because I suck at deadlifts. My legs immaculately strong, but I think it's my back, and that is something I'm trying to figure out along the way here. We got 2 more exercises to go through. We have these hamstring pull-throughs. Not my favorite position to be in the gym. Not gonna lie here, guys. But I tried these with a bar. That bar that hooks the cable to both sides, I think it's a Cybex machine, and that shortened cable setup, I tried it like that as a replacement when I slightly tore my hamstring, as a replacement for the barbell RDLs, and they were okay. Tried with a cable. Cable lets me get stupid low, stupid deep. You can see my hamstrings flexing. I get a really good stretch in my hamstrings and knees, really good squeeze at the top, and so that has deemed them efficient enough to be in the program. With these last two exercises, you'll see I'm just trying to get a pump, one more pump before I leave the gym, same continuous pump, but I'm just trying to get a stretch, a lot of tension, right? The first part of the workout is heavier. It's focused on explosive sets, which they require more energy, right? So do them earlier. The second part of the gym workout, a lot slower paced. I am tired at this point, so I'm not even going that heavy relatively compared to the other stuff. But I am focusing on a deep stretch, feeling lots of tension in the muscle, and really kind of locking in on that mind-muscle connection one more time before I leave the gym. So before you guys leave this video, thanks for watching. We will be back with more, and stay tuned, boys, because we're getting stronger.